Welcome everyone. My name is Noorulain. Today I am presenting an analysis on the impact of in Outage, CrowdStrike, and Microsoft Outage. As you were also familiar with this incident, that's a very recent incident, and it's quite personal to me because one of my relative was affected by this incident. So let's just continue, and I will give you an overview of this incident. To start, let's just look at our overview of this project. This incident occurred on July 19, 2024, due to a faulty update on CrowdStrike Falcon sensor, where all the Windows computer were turned into a blue screen of death. I hope you also saw that blue screen where everything was gone. That was a global disruption, mainly the business who were using Microsoft Azure. But CrowdStrike tried to fix it quickly, but the impact of that incident was so significant all over the world. In this slide, you can see that this is the historical perspective of a similar outage. This is not the this is incident is not the first time. In the past, you can see there are various incidents. In 2023, Azure service disruption happened, where hundreds of devices were affected by that incident. But with the CrowdStrike incident, that's the recent and most biggest incident that affected almost 8.5 million devices and had almost like 5.4 billion of financial loss. Here's my project overview. I started my project by gathering some data, and I planned that I will do some financial analysis, and I will process my data, and if after getting it raw data, I will save it in CSV format and clean it using Excel, and then I will do some sentiment analysis, and I will create and integrate and visualize my data using SQL and SQL and Power BI. The tool I used, Visual Studio Code, Excel for analysis, Power BI, MySQL Workbench. I use various libraries. For web scraping technique, I use Beautiful Soap, Scrapy, and for data analysis, I use Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and for sentiment analysis, I use Vader, and for API interaction, I use Pro library and Tweeby. While I was doing this project, I got some challenges too. The biggest challenge was that gathering the data. The lack of comprehensive data sets required me to gather data from multiple sources. To address this issue, I use web scraping techniques. And for my sentiment analysis, I tried to use Twitter to get some tweets from the Twitter Tweety developer portal. But due to some constraint, I was not successful in that. So that's why for the alternate, I used Reddit API. That's how that Twitter developer portal looks like. If I was successful, I was able to get the tweets, but this is that's the portal. Now for data collection, what I did, I read different articles. I tried to extract the data using web scraping technique. I inspect that page, and then I went to the class and extract that. If that class had any like relevant information in that, I tried to extract that information. But for that, I set up the environment by installing the libraries, Beautiful Soap, and then I sent the request to the website to fetch the data, and then I parsed the content and then extracted the list and the tables, and then saved that content in a CSV file. After gathering the information that I need, I created a bar to check bar chart to check the financial loss and impact analysis. As you can see that the light bar is representing the direct loss in each sector, while the dark blue is representing the estimated loss per company. But the overall loss is by this incident was 5.4 billion. As you can see in the healthcare department, the direct company loss was about 6.6 million, but the overall loss was 1.94 billion. Then I was trying to check what was the impact of this incident on the countries. So based on the industries, I illustrated this map where red is representing the countries that was severely mostly affected, whereas the rest is the green is representing the slightly affected, and the gray is representing the less affected countries. Then I tried to extract some post through Reddit. So what I did, I created on Reddit a app, and to get my client ID and secret ID from there. Then I installed it some libraries on Python, and then with some authentication, I gave my client ID and secret ID, so I'm able to extract the content. So after running the script, I was able to extract the post and comments of and then I was able to extract the suppose if it's for the post, I was able to extract the author names, scores, what was the body of the content, their like content, and like what was the time that post was created. Same as for comment as well. Then I tried to do some cleaning on those posts and comments. After doing the cleaning, I set up my uh, data for a sentiment analysis. So for sentiment analysis, I use Vader tool. Vader is an AI tool, which what it does with the content you give it to that it would analyze it, and based on the text, it will give you the scoring. Was it it's a negative score, or negative, positive, neutral? So after setting up everything, I try to do overall analysis of what of this incident. That this slide is comparing the overall analysis across like different time period. You can see that the green is representing the positive score, and the red is representing the negative score, and the blue is representing the neutral score. But with this incident, the overall impact was neutral. Then I was interested that what was the impact on the airline sector. So what I did with the clean data, I did some more filtration on it. I entered some keywords like where people were talking about airlines, flight, aviation, Microsoft outage, or plane something. These keywords, and based on that keywords, I put a filter. What was the filtered like time duration? What was the impact of that incident during that time period, and what was the impact of the time incident after that time period? And with that, you can see that the negative response was highlighted here. As compared to during that time period, you can see that the green, but the positive response was low, and the negative response is high, and the neutral responses, you can see that during that time period. And if you check after that time, the negative impact is slightly low, but still it is, people were not happy with that incident. For my future plan, my plan is to gather some stock data, and I will analyze CrowdStrike stock performance, and I will compare it with the other cybersecurity pairs, and maybe I will do some financial metrics, and maybe I will assess market trends.